Great.
Dixon's principal's report is in board share with my October newsletter, which has some more detail and some more dates on it. Walkthroughs, formal classroom observations, and our performance growth plans, professional growth plans, conferences have all begun. Grandparents Week was a huge success. I'd like to thank PTO above and beyond. Probably each day we had about 200 grandparents, Monday through Friday, visiting and having muffins in the morning with the kids and then going to the classrooms. For Rotary Operation Warm Coat, I've requested approximately 25 coats this year. We did our theoretical safety drill and shared roles and responsibilities for our emergency operation plan with staff. We have our first drill in November. I'd like to pre-thank the Columbiana Fire Department. They're coming out tomorrow and they're going to work with kids. It's Fire Safety Prevention Week and they're going to teach the kids some things and they're going to take them out onto the truck. Also, Jody Buzzard, one of our own bus drivers, is going to be doing bus safety the following week. Her and I kind of planned that out together, ordered some things, so she's going to come and do that. There'll be a bus outside and a bus driver inside. As the bus driver talks, then the kids can go out to the actual bus. Even if they don't ride a bus right now every day and they're car riders, they will eventually ride a bus for a field trip or something like that. So we get them all onto the bus. The Lions Club and Dr. Moreski did vision screenings today for first and third graders. I'd like to thank them for that. Jeff Jackson and Bruce Jeffries did All-Pro Dads Day, and the dads of great students met this week. We had probably about 50 dads come. WKBN was there, and if you go on to their website, you'll be able to see that interview, some pictures and things. And I'd just like to thank them for that because I think it's a great program. It kind of connects the school and the community, gives dads a chance to be volunteers just as much as moms. There's some upcoming dates there. Our Fall Book Fair, Family Literacy Night, Red Ribbon Week, third grade testing for the fall will be October 25th. Report cards go home on the 27th, and our Fall Fun Day, Parade of Costumes, is also on the 27th. In addition to the first thank yous that I mentioned, I'd also like to thank Mr. Mosier and Mrs. Alanish. They painted 2 4 squares and 2 hopscotches on the bus drop-off area where the kids play every day when the playground is too wet or frozen or it's covered with snow. And they look really great. They look professionally done. It's awesome. I can't wait because the kids have something to do out there. And we're working with the dogs, who they don't really know it yet, but they're going to be digging some holes where we have some tether balls to go out there and some ball games. So between Tucker Cope and the dogs, they're going to be digging some holes. So thank you to them. Under student achievement, third grade reading guarantee is underway. Teachers are starting to write their RIMPs for students that may have not scored clearly on track during the diagnostic screenings. New this year is if you're in third grade, even though you scored clearly on track, if your teachers have more data that says you may not get a promotion score when we get the results in December, you need to have a RIMP written then. If you wait till you get the scores in December and somebody did not get a promotion score and you did not put them on a RIMP because they were clearly on track in September, you will get dinged. So that's new, and that's just, there was a comment made at my principal's meeting, so then should every third grader be on a RIMP? No, that's not what they're saying. So we're really got to sit down and have conversations about that.
And a RIMP is a remediation plan.
Yeah, it's a reading improvement and monitoring plan. And the kids will be put on it with some best practice interventions. And the interventions actually have a code that we get from EMIS. You can only do certain interventions with the kids. One-on-one is one, peer tutoring is one, reading recovery is one, LLI is one. So they're specifically on there with the codes, and I get those to Nancy Bacon, and she uploads those for the kids. And Madeline Huber won the Snowplow Contest this year. This is our 4th year doing it. The ODOT dropped off the plow. She did design. Every 4th grader does a design. It hangs on the wall with voting, and all the staff in the building votes, and her plow won. So she got to draw it onto the plow, and every 4th grader got a chance to paint it on the plow. And that too was on WKBN, so you can go to their site and see a little bit of that and some pictures. And that's my report. And did you guys just make a bet of something I said? I saw you give her money.
I was buying ice cream for Thursday.
Yeah, I'm getting ice cream.
I'm spending money here.
Okay. Columbiana Middle School Clipper Pride Report is in board share in the CMS folder. Special thanks to Michael Albert, who is a pop art artist. He does a lot of serialism, and I'm going to have Jeff give this to you. We have a poster size thanks to Michael. He donated a poster size version of this that is signed, and we had it in time and framed just in time for Constitution Day, so it's down on a prominent area of the wall down by the cafeteria for the rest of the year. Along with recognition, I would like to recognize the middle school staff. As you know, Thursday the power was out. As I did walkthroughs to make sure that our students were safe, I found out that not only were our students safe, but instruction was still going on in every single classroom that we had. And it was actually pretty cool to see students with their cell phones upside down with the light turned on and a water bottle on top of it, making lanterns so that they could keep instruction going on. So special thanks to the teachers for just, again, going above and beyond and doing what they do every day, even though there were some changes on that day. Our custodial staff and our cafeteria staff, I went in to ask Angelica if we would still be able to serve lunch if we stayed for the rest of the day, and she just winked and said, "I've got this." And I had the lunch on Thursday. Hot turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, the whole 9 yards. Just an amazing staff. Okay, events and dates, October, and I've been correcting students all month. It's not bullying month, it's anti-bullying awareness month. So we have a number of things going on throughout the month of October just to raise awareness to anti-bullying. One of the neat things that student council is doing is writing positive messages on Post-it notes and putting them in every locker and on every desk so that students are seeing positive things, regardless of who you are and what grade you're in and so forth. Academics, congratulations to Columbiana Middle School. Will be the recipient of the High School Math Readiness Award at the 7th Annual 2017 Excellence in Education Awards Luncheon next Tuesday. This is based on the number of students that we have accelerated students. You have to have at least 30% of students completing 8th grade, earning a minimum of 1 credit of Algebra 1. Mr. Buzzard was the principal last year, so I'd like to thank him for the lunch that I will receive next Tuesday when I receive his award. So he'll be there, and Kim will be there for other awards also. So I'm going to bypass my information on Gifted because I think we've given you enough for one evening regarding Gifted. Clipper Spirit, we had our first middle school only pep assembly on September 28th. It was a big hit. The kids loved it. They've asked for us to do more. Along with promoting school spirit, we did a lot of recognition, all of our sports, student council members, and so forth. So just a great job by the staff of making all of our students feel proud of the things that they're doing here. So, noteworthy accomplishments. Our conference room, as we were updating the building over the summer, there were a number of things that I wanted to do. One was I wanted to purchase art for the conference room, and then I decided I'd rather buy blank canvases and ask Mrs. Lonish to ask some of our students to create some art for us. So you'll see a lighthouse, and there's a whole story behind the lighthouse that Mr. Mook may even have filled you in on, about positivity and attitude and so forth. But Yesenia Pentoya and Donovan Wasilich, thank you. 5th graders made the lighthouse. What's that? He has one similar.
I have one like that.
And then Clippy was painted by Shayna Smith. So we will be adding those in the conference room along with 7 other paintings throughout the year. Students of the month, congratulations to our September Students of the Month: Ellie Jackson, Reese Roush, Alina Johnston, Ryan DeTilio, Bradley Cossinier, Caleb Buhite, Emily Blosser, Zach Pleska, and Lily Dieter, all nominated by either grade level teams or individual teachers for things that they're doing, demonstrating not just academic performance, but soft skills that we're now teaching along with everything else, leadership, responsibility, timeliness, and so forth. Clipper sports, it's been amazing watching all of our teams, and just very, very quickly, football, perseverance. If I had one word to fill you in on football, 7th and 8th grade, we started the season with 14 kids. There are games, I've never seen it in my life, where you start the game with 11 kids just hoping nobody has to come out for a play. But they're persevering, and they're getting through the games, and they're actually building relationships as a family and so forth. So it's been really, really neat watching them. Cross country, Nate Brunell was the EOAC middle school boys runner-up, receiving a second place trophy. So congratulations to Nate. Volleyball teams last night, 7th and 8th grade, both won first games in the tournament, and they're playing actually as I speak right now, and if they advance, they will be playing tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening's the last evening for the volleyball tournament. So overall, great month. Things are really moving along, and that concludes my report.
Columbiana High School Great News Report. First individual awards. I'd like to point out Jared Wilson. Congratulations to Jared Wilson on 2 major accomplishments. Jared qualified as an individual golfer for the state championships to be held in Columbus this Friday and Saturday, so good luck to Jared. We're already proud of him and Coach Jackson. Hopefully he'll go and bring back another state championship. Also, Jared received an award for the National Merit Scholarship Program. The information sheet that they sent, Jared Wilson has been named a commended student in the 2018 National Merit Scholarship Program. About 34,000 commended students throughout the nation are being recognized for their exceptional academic promise. Commended students placed in the top 50,000 scores of more than 1.6 million students who entered the 2018 competition by taking the 2016 preliminary SAT National Merit Scholarship qualifying test. The young men and women being named commended students have demonstrated outstanding potential for academic success. These students represent a valuable national resource, recognizing their accomplishments as well as the key role their schools play in their academic development is vital to the advancement of educational excellence in our nation. And we hope that this recognition will help broaden their educational opportunities and encourage them as they continue their pursuit of academic success. So once again, congratulations to Jared on 2 fronts. Clipper Athletics, as usual, the October board meeting comes about as the fall sports seasons are coming to an end. Our girls golf team finished the season at 11-6. 3rd place at districts, 2nd place at sectionals. Boys golf finished the season 11-1, 7th place at districts, 2nd at sectionals. Boys soccer team is, as of right now, 7-6-1. They will have tournament action at home. They have a home game versus LeBray on the 17th. Girls soccer is 11-1. They will open tournament play on the 16th at St. Thomas. Cross country will be competing in the district meet on the 21st at Glen Oak High School. Football team is currently 5-2 and tied for first place in the EOAC. This week the team has a big game in Lisbon against the Blue Devils, who are one of the teams of which the Clippers are currently tied. Volleyball, our girls volleyball record is 11-10. And we begin tournament play at home on the 17th versus Mineral Ridge. School spirit, led by the CHS cheerleaders and our incredible CHS high school band. School spirit has been outstanding this year. The district-wide pep rally was a huge success, with Clippers from kindergarten through 12th grade participating and having a great time. Home Friday night football games have been a great success as well, with the football team playing great, the band working with the cheerleaders to fire up the student section, as well as the adults that are in attendance. Clippers Care, led by the CHS cheerleaders, through the collection of donations at the Letonia football game and throughout the school. A donation of over $1,100 was made to the Salvation Army. Thanks to all the students, staff, and community members for their generosity and effort in this worthwhile endeavor. I will skip evaluations. Mrs. Sharshan hit that in her report. Upcoming dates, upcoming events. Tomorrow, juniors will be taking the PSAT test. October 20th will be our final home football game, senior night. Come out and see our senior athletes for the last time at home. October 26th is staff vitality health checks. November 4th, that outstanding CHS speech and debate team opens up their season with a home tournament we host. November 6th, something a little bit different this year. We're having the fall all sports ceremony here at school. All the fall sports will be receiving their awards and recognitions. And, you know, times are moving fast. November 10th, you're invited to the Veterans Day Assembly in the PM here at Columbiana High School. And that is our great news report for this evening.
I have one more thing that I forgot to mention. Mr. Mook asked me to talk about, and it's actually in your board. It's in your board shared separately. But this summer, I reread Randy Kosh's book, The Last Lecture, and in part of that book, he talks about, and I think it's chapter 39, I can't remember, he talks about the first Penguin Award, and he talks about how always on a glacier there are a bunch of penguins, and they all move toward the glacier, and they look down into predator-infested waters, and one always has to take that leap of faith. One always has to take the first jump and do something outside the box or above and beyond. So I decided to take it to this school, and this year I did the first Penguin Award. We actually just gave out our first two. There's a nomination form. It's also in board share for you to see how their own peers nominate them. I don't pick the teachers that win. Their peers actually nominate them for things like demonstrating commitment, passion, how are they pushing the limits on students, what's their leadership and innovation like. And we had two winners this month, and the winners got a lanyard. I ordered lanyards that say Teachers Teach from the Heart, and they got a $10 gift card for Subway because they seem to like to go there for lunch. But I'll just really quick, Mrs. Maloney was one of the winners. These were some of the quotes that were on her nomination forms. She's always trying new ways to differentiate instruction, setting high expectations, and meeting all student needs. Even though she has family challenges, she continues to push forward and show commitment to the education of her students. Open-mindedness and confidence to take a risk with flexible seating. This year, Mrs. Maloney she got rid of her desks and her chairs, and she got flexible seating, different kinds of tables, and her room is just, it's amazing. You have to come see if you ever get a chance, and each day the kids switch where they sit, but there are mats on the floor, there's yoga mats, there's balance balls, things that help kids focus. She does have the cluster group. And when the challenge at home, there is a real challenge at home, and I called her this summer and I said, I'm going to take the cluster group and I'm going to move it to, Mrs. Beggs said she would take the cluster group this year. I just don't want you to have to think of this. She said, no, absolutely not. She said, I want them. I've been researching all summer. I've been doing so. She really, really has a passion for this. She researches and implements development and appropriate new practices. She exemplifies everything I want to be. That was a quote. She exemplifies everything I want to be. Mrs. Huber won another First Penguin Award. Her quotes where she goes above and beyond to communicate with all of her students and their families. She has a passion for the unique needs of her students and works to accommodate every one of them. She even visits her students at home as needed, most recently following a surgery that one of her students had. She takes the time to appreciate the little things that her students value as big things. She makes the job she does look easy, and it takes such a special heart. One of the most recent things she did, and it was after she won this, and I just happened to still be in the office, is a grandma who's actually raising the grandkids called and said, I can't get to school. My husband is having a heart attack and we're leaving in an ambulance. And Mrs. Huber said, I'll take the girls home with me. So she took the girls home Friday night from school and kept them overnight for grandma. Just like she didn't even think twice. Just, I'll take the girls, you go, don't worry. And I thought, and the grandma actually came in Monday and brought Kristen Huber a big fruit basket and stopped me in the hallway and said, every teacher in this building, she just was so complimentary. So this first Penguin Award is working, and I like the fact that it's coming from their peers, so they're really noticing what outside the box and beyond, above and beyond means for the kids. So sorry to take up so much time.